gentlemen. Welcome to Unfiltered and Raw, the podcast where we drop the masks, get real, and talk about the things that matter. No filters, no shame, just honest conversations about life's challenges, choices we make, and how those choices shape who we become. Uh, of course, with the lovely Liliana and myself, Annick Maria. So, in our previous episode, eight children, one childhood, eight different destinies, we explored what it was like growing up in a family of eight children. This is the continuation of Liliana's family story through the challenges, the losses, the lessons, and the search for healing. So, Liliana, where does the story go from here? Tell us what happens next. I am excited to hear that.
Hello, everybody. Yes, so we're going to carry on and talk about this life experience. Hopefully, it will help somebody that is living the same conditions at the moment. So let's start. Um, we've been talking about our childhood up to the age, let's say, 20.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're gonna pick up from about 20 years old onwards.
Yes.
So let's start with the firstborn. So the firstborn is a boy, and his name is Leonardo.
Oh, wait. Excuse me to interrupt, but for people who have not seen the previous episode, could you recapitulate in like 5 minutes, just a little bit, so that they can follow this episode? Otherwise, it's going to be
Yes,
like question marks everywhere.
yes, sure. This is about a family who converted to the Jehovah Witness since I was born, soon after I was born.
Mm.
And
You are a
so
baby.
the religion took over. We didn't know much about our parents, the religion. So we just, as a child, you grow up, and we grow up with all sorts of abuses,
Mm.
physical abuses, mental abuses, emotional abuses, um, sexual abuses,
The whole
uh,
package.
everything, everything. And it was all under the disguise of is such a lovely JW family who follows the rule of God, and no one ever saw anything. So after that, of course, as I said, we went through all these abuses.
Mm.
So today we're going to start with the adulthood. We started with the firstborn, that he was abused most. Um, I don't know why. As I said, my dad just didn't like him. Probably because he knew what was going on
Oh, he was a clever boy.
subconsciously.
Mm.
Subconsciously. So there was so much tension, and my dad was how do you say, a person who could react quickly, irrationally. So he would snap and he would become very violent, especially with the firstborn. I don't know, he had an expectation to be like him. I don't know. What
What do you
was
mean? So you
or
would beat him and stuff and be every violence, physical violence, emotional, every kind of sexual violence. I don't know, everything, the whole package.
no, my dad never touched us. My dad never touched.
No.
Yeah, it beat us up, but not sexually.
Okay, yeah. Just to have
So
a picture. Okay.
the sexual abuse was from my mum towards my brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And
But your dad
so
knew that.
No one knew.
Your dad also didn't know that. Ah, okay.
Well, who knows? As I said, he may knew. I don't know. You know.
And you, in between siblings, did you know one from the other?
No.
No, you didn't talk about it.
We we started doubting something when
Mm.
we were teenagers. I remember my sister coming and saying, "Oh, my brother, uh, like, he wanted to have sex with me." I said, "What? What?" You know.
Yeah.
So something very strange and disturbing. So Leonardo, at 18, 20, now I don't remember, he was taken to the madhouse because I think by then he realized he was abused,
Mm.
with all sorts. And so mom took him to this madhouse. After that, he left, he came back, and then my second brother took his place, the favorite child of mom's favorite child, um Christian was doing all mom's dirty work. He would be nasty with us. He wasn't very smart. He's not very smart. um
You
I
don't need
had
to be
always
smart
this.
to be nasty. That's it.
Yeah. And so it was very easy to manipulate,
Mm.
and he would do anything mom would ask him, all the
Mm.
dirty stuff. But we never knew was mom behind him. We just thought he was the favorite and he was just a malicious person.
Mm.
But he was trained like that. He was raised like that.
Yes.
So Leonardo left. So left, and he couldn't cope by himself because by when he left, I mean, before he left, he got into drinking, heavy drinking.
Mm.
Heavy drinking, drug abuse, God knows. Everything went because he couldn't cope with life.
Yes.
So, so he found himself to come back. I remember when he couldn't pay the rent, for example, he would come to me and ask for money, he would go to my sisters and ask for money. And we
Mm.
were always, and then there was mom behind us to say, okay, give the money to him, bring lunch to him and bring dinner to him. And we were just used, to be in between.
Mm.
Eventually, the first time he came back home was because where he was renting, apparently the family, there was this man who had this house, had a wife. He was never married. He got married with a divorcee. She had many children from previous marriage, and then she got married to this guy, and they couldn't have children. And my brother was in one of his houses there, and all of a sudden she got pregnant. So voices went around that this child was my brother. Could well possibly be. So, made her happy, made the family happy. But as soon the man knew, he probably said, okay, I have a child now, out of the house. And he kicked him out. So here my brother comes back home. And again, he couldn't cope with life,
Mm.
drug abuse, alcohol abuse. And the only, you know, happy time was going when he was going to the sex workers. Um, then because he couldn't cope with life, and Mama was always, dispensing money, buying him a car. First of all, he refused to get a driving license because anything that would come from mom or dad, he would refuse literally. because he was so abused and he just refused to accept anything.
Understandable.
Yeah. And then, so he had his driving license late, like in his 30s. But
Mm-hmm.
by then, Mum was buying motorbikes, and he would destroy all the motorbikes because he was always drunk.
Yes.
And Mum was paying for everything. And we always said, you know, what the hell is this? Why is he? We never understood why. We always, like Mum used to say, he's a rebellious person. He's a that son no one wants. Is just a bad child,
Mm.
you know? And that's the way we perceived him.
Mm.
So with that said, Mum used the second-born Christian against Leonardo. And every time I was coming home, there was a big fight, physical fight between them.
Oh.
Jealousy,
Mm.
envy, because you come here just to take.
Mm.
You are a useless person.
Yes.
So they went on fighting, hating each other. Dad, he couldn't do much because I always said Dad didn't even understand what the hell was going on, with his own life, let alone our lives.
Mm. Yes.
And Mum was the holy woman of the family, pious. Oh, these children never happy. I give them anything and everything and more, and they're never happy. So his life, he went on before he got married. So, well, then I left home. I left my home about when I was 20 years old. And Leonardo, uh, because he was always drunk, and this time he had a big fight with Christian. And apparently he had built, because he was very skilled building things, creating things
Mm.
like knives or what else. But they said apparently he built a shotgun.
Oh.
And that day he went to my parents' house
Mm.
and with the intent to kill my dad.
Oh.
No proof of that. Now, because my youngest sister, she married a solicitor.
What does it mean?
Eh?
Solicitor is that the person who, when you don't pay things, they come at your house to no. What is a solicitor?
Um, solicitor, a lawyer, the one who represents you in court when
Oh.
you have some sentence, I mean, in court.
Ah, when you
You
are
see,
sentenced.
yeah, you're defendant, the person
Ah,
who's going to defend you in court.
yes.
Your
Not,
solicitor, your
not,
lawyer.
not when you pursue someone, but when someone pursues you, and then you have to defend yourself, and it's because in my
You
country
have
a
to,
lawyer is a lawyer. They,
yeah, okay. So, hang on, how did the American call the solicitor a different way? How they call her?
yeah,
Um, I can't think now, anyway. So, and this guy, my brother-in-law had him arrested, had my brother arrested on the ground that he intended to kill my dad. He was sentenced and sent to jail for good few years
oh my God.
with, the cruelty he was under is just unbelievable.
What you mean, the cruelty in the jail or the cruelty with death?
with the family.
Yeah, with the
That
not
was
in
just,
jail. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, with the family. He was sent to jail because mom requested.
Oh God, that you mean.
They, they,
My
they had
God.
to get, they had to get rid of him, you
Yes.
know.
Mm.
She, when he was 18, didn't serve her purpose any longer. She tried everything to destroy him.
Mm.
So he goes to jail, comes out of jail after, I think, 3 years, and then he was sent to rehab
Mm-hmm.
for a long period of time. So when he comes out of jail and the rehab, um, mum has provided and arranged for him to get married. Uh,
Oh, how
yeah,
nice. Huh?
yes. So you get
Cool.
married, they'll give you the house, you stay there, you have the house,
Hmm.
big villa, you stay there, he's there, blah, 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 blah. And now I don't know, I mean, everything is so twisted and
Yes.
so sick. I never met the lady, so he get married to an Albanian girl,
Mm.
woman.
Mm.
And he goes there to Albania to get married.
Yes.
And she had children there. Apparently, she wasn't very right in her head. She was a bit mentally unstable because she
Mm-hmm.
had the previous children and she left these children. She was in Italy, apparently as a sex worker.
Mm.
So he got married, and of course, I mean, my brother was so damaged.
Mm.
He could
Yes.
not have a family.
Yes.
Um, and he found himself with a woman. He didn't know how to deal with a woman. He didn't know what was the role of a man, of a relationship. He never had a relationship,
No.
apart from, go and pay somebody and have sex. So this lady, apparently, she was doing sex work to pay the bills,
Mm.
to buy food.
Yes. For the children, for him, for her. Yeah.
No children yet. So apparently she get pregnant for the first time, and mom sentenced her that that's not my, it's not part of my family. You must have an abortion. So
Why?
because she's a sex worker, and therefore it's not my son child. So she has an abortion, she left, then they went back together. My brother's spiraling into alcohol abuses. Then she gets pregnant again, and this time she kept the pregnancy
Mm-hmm.
hidden, and she has a child.
Okay.
They have a baby girl,
Mm-hmm.
and here is mom decided that she is again a sex work child, is not my grandchild. Therefore, I'm not recognizing it, and you're not having it, and you have to get rid of it. So my brother has no voice in anything. So my mom did everything to get rid of the child. She involved the legal team, she involved the psychiatrist, she involved the law, and they shifted that child with no time for adoption. She involved the Catholic Church.
Yes.
That child was adopted with no time. At that point, my brother knew that child was his child.
Mm.
He got drunk and he went to mom and he said, he promised her, and he said, you done this to me, you got rid of my child. And he said, from now on, I'm going to impregnate every woman I met on my way.
Oh my God.
Do you know
Yes.
what mom did? Do you know what mom did?
No.
So that was a risk.
Yes, of
My
course.
mom, with the solicitor in the family,
Oh.
involved the legal team
Mm-hmm.
to have him sanctioned, sex sanctioned. I don't know how you say when you involve, you know, they come to with the police to catch you and inject you with this strong medication because you're mad, you're running wild.
Yes, I know what you mean. It has a name also. They are those people are taken against their will and they are put somewhere and they have nothing to say whatsoever.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
yeah.
are. Yeah, there is a name, but
On top of
yeah.
that, she made sure that team had him chemically castrated.
Oh my God.
And
And
and, and that was
they
done to
did it.
him.
They chemically
Yeah,
castrated him. Oh, and he
yeah.
didn't know probably
Now
that
he knew.
he knew.
He
They
knew.
told him
Yeah.
those things were giving you his too.
Forced.
Oh my God.
Forced. He was abused so much. And now, in fact, after that, of course, then they split. I mean, that relationship should have never happened. That child should have never happened. But that is all mom doing.
Yes.
Um, so they split. He's by himself again, abusing himself with all sorts, castrated, chemically castrated, and he started getting sick
Yes.
until he got prostate cancer. You know, it's all clean. He died this February with prostate cancer, the strict result of the chemical castration.
Yes.
Dare you to say that? That's never happened. When he died, he was admitted many times in hospital the last few years, but this time he hated everyone. He had so much rage within himself. No one could speak to him, not even his best friend. He had a best friend. They went to school together. They were like brothers. And he was poisoned against because then mom with the black magic, she brainwashed him against everyone. Your sister is a bitch. Your sister is malevolent. Your brother, okay, don't touch the brother because he was serving her. The neighbors were all evil bastards.
Yes.
Neighbors were bad. Relatives, we don't have fucking relatives.
Yes.
So, uh, so he poisoned him so much against everyone. And then he was always drunk. He had no relationship with anybody. He
No.
died alone in hospital. He didn't want to see anybody. I remember his best friend, he was with me. He called me and he said, I really want to go and see him. And he called him and he said, can I come and visit you? And he said, no. He died alone. It was just
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
it is sad. And it's not even him because it's a program that was put into his brain. And I
I know.
think the guy had war in his own mind. It was a war in his head and therefore he shot himself off and yeah, it's sad. Sad story.
Yeah.
Very sad.
That's just, yeah. And then my second brother, the second born, Christian, as I said, he has always served mom. We always thought he was the favorite child, but Not even him has realized that he's been used. He never had a relationship. Again, in his 40s, mom decides, oh well, I don't want to see you, I don't want you in the house anymore. She bought him a big villa with land and everything. And he said, you're going to get married and you're out of here.
But I hear it coming.
Yeah. A painful relationship. Because the woman, I mean, if she married, I hardly met her because I don't speak with Christian.
Yes.
For everything is done to Leonardo. So they have a very bad relationship. They're together because they have 2 teenagers, kids, and this woman is trapped with him.
Of course.
He is alcoholic as well
Oh.
because he can't cope with life. He went through the same abuses with
But
mom.
that is what I don't understand. It's or maybe I don't know that 2 children, 2 boys, Leonardo and Christian, go through the same abuse, and yeah, what do
They are
I?
completely different. Yeah,
Yeah,
completely different personalities.
but why if Christian is the favorite child, is he abused also so heavily? I don't understand.
Yeah, he's been abused as equal or even more than Christian. No, than Leonardo.
Leonardo.
Leonardo was a highly sensitive boy.
Ooh.
So he was very clever
Mm,
and highly sensitive.
yes.
So that's why for him, I think Christian was abused even more because you see, when Leonardo was asked to do nasty thing against us, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because it's highly
But
sensitive.
he knew that was wrong, and he
Yeah.
would back off. You know, he would just reject mom's proposals
Mm,
and say, "No, I'm not doing this."
yes.
But Christian would happily do things and nasty things.
But I think I understand. She would do the same treatment with Christian just to make him do stuff. If you are
Yeah.
not enough in pain, you will not do it. When you suffer
Mhm.
enough, you will do those things to get gratification of mom. Even though she
Yeah.
will only pay you in money or in stuff or in villa, I don't know what, but you have to suffer basically to, yeah, okay, like that.
Oh yeah. And he has a painful family himself because the children he has
Mm.
hate him so much.
Oh, really?
The children hate him so much. Why? Because he doesn't know how to be a dad.
Yes.
He never experienced a normal family relationship.
Yes.
He's not mentally capable.
No.
He never detached himself from a mentally corrupt, abusive mother.
Yes.
So these children just can't stand him at all.
Mm.
That's the reality, and you look at him as changed so much. He's unrecognizable, and
Physically
he's
and
still.
mentally.
Say again.
You say he is irrecognizable physically and mentally.
Physically, mentally,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
got a big diabetes. That child
Oh.
was abused like all of us. She sapped all his energy. As I said, when he was young, did I say last time? I think I said he had these couple severe accidents that touched death.
Ooh.
I think I said that because mom used to use black magic on
Mm.
all of us, one by one. We
Mm.
were always sick, or we had accidents, or we were touching death every time. one after another, one after another one,
Yeah.
because she needed to suck that energy from us.
Yes.
So now he's got diabetes. He he swells like this. Um, he
Yeah.
drinks like no tomorrow.
Oh.
He's an alcoholic, complete alcoholic, because
Yeah.
can't cope with life. Because he knows, he's been abused since a child. He thought he was winning
Yes.
without realizing now he's paying the consequences with his health,
Yes.
and he cannot, work out what happened to him.
No.
So then Teresa,
Mm-hmm.
the firstborn girl, she when she was 18, she found the first boyfriend, she got married, and she left. So mom never, I don't never, stopped there of doing black magic on them, but because she needed Christian and Teresa, because I think she's a psychic as well. She
Mm.
knew these were the two weak children
Yes.
that would, at any threat, they would just obey and
Yes.
do anything she would ask.
Yes. Without questioning.
So,
Mm.
exactly, without questioning.
Mm.
So, Teresa got married and left, but she never left. She never left home. She's always, if mom calls at 1 o'clock in the morning,
She goes.
oh yes, she would go, no question about it. And she has inherited, unfortunately, when you grew up with a narcissistic parent, 90% of the time you are narcissist because you don't know what a
Yes.
normal life is.
Yes, I
You don't
know.
know how to behave. She's done exactly the same with her children. In fact, her boys, they left as soon as they were 18.
She has two boys?
One girl and one boy.
One girl, yeah.
They just left
Mm.
because,
They saw.
she was control freak, manipulating, um, unwillingly. Because now I understand. I mean, the poor woman, she's so screwed in her mind, unwillingly. It's not that because she's a good person. I know she's a good person, but unfortunately, she's with mom every day since, she got married. Then there is Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the first boyfriend, I think she just left home. She got married, but that was a bit different because, so Teresa, when she had a boyfriend, Mama demanded to bring the boyfriend home.
To screen him.
Apparently, apparently she abused him as well.
Oh, God.
But Vanessa, she didn't bring her boyfriend home.
Ah.
So for that reason, when she got married on the wedding day, mom cursed her. And
Oh.
probably she's done all the black magic and telling her you shall not have one single day of happiness in your life. And that happened to this day.
Oh, my God. So, what's happening then in their lives? Vanessa and the family.
Um,
I remember that was the
she,
bubbly girl, no? That was the bubbly girl
yeah,
who wanted to
yeah,
dance and do, yeah, and
yeah,
never was allowed anything because the
yeah,
fire had to be distinguished. Yeah.
absolutely. She
Oh,
ended
it's
up
sad.
with this boy who was abused by his mum.
Yeah.
It's just it feels like it's a made up story.
No, but it is what it is because eventually, um, your energy will attract your partner's energy. So that means if you are in a lower vibration when you're being abused,
Yeah.
and you will attract the same kind of situations and persons until you heal. And they were not healed, your brothers and sisters, at all. So they attracted those kinds of people, plus the black magic on top of it. So it was recipe for shit.
Oh
Big
yeah.
disaster.
I mean, you cannot tell these things. That's why I got at the stage that no, these things need to be exposed.
Yeah.
Because in my life, I've just accepted all of this. I would never, ever, ever, ever imagine in my life. I heard you hear, the dad who raped the girl.
Mm.
But I would never hear, I never heard a mother who would abuse a boy, a son. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, probably it's more common than we ever imagined.
Yes. Yeah, you wouldn't think that because we always see the guy as the penetrator or they can do whatever, but a woman has power too. And that is
Oh, yeah.
a big power. It's a
If she's
difference,
sick,
but
oh,
it
yeah,
is it is how can you call it? It is what's the word? Very subtle but very powerful.
oh, yeah,
It's like a spider. She makes a web. The web is dead. The web is not gonna catch you. But when you set one toe in it or one foot, you're fucked. And
that's it. Yeah.
yeah,
So to make the long story short,
yeah.
she realized, my sister Vanessa, that her husband was sleeping with his mom.
Oh, still at
She
the time
didn't
when
want to,
they're married and having children.
yeah, two
Oh my,
children.
oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
No, no, it
Whew.
hasn't finished. So when her child, the first child was a girl, she was 8 years old. She was raped by her dad.
Oh God.
She got into drugs, heavy drugs at the age of 12.
Of course, this those children can't cope.
She is 37, 36, 37. She hasn't stopped taking drugs.
Yes, they are not able to cope.
It's just that, it's
Yeah.
like a generational curse,
Yes.
rampant generational curse that repeats itself and goes
Over and
on
over again. From children to
until,
grandchildren to generations to come if nobody stops it.
yeah. So
Oh,
it's just. Then, okay, then that's me.
then that's you.
So then there is me. My life is, I don't know if I was blessed or if I was clever or if I was just to detach myself from all this madness. As at 20, I left home. I knew that was impossible, was pure poison. And I left home. I was living by myself. My parents bought us a business for me and Serena, my sister comes after me. So we ran that business together for a while. It didn't work out. And then I left Italy to come here to London. And then I met my husband. When I was in Italy, I had relationships. I never dreamed in my life to get married. In fact, I decided not to get married because my parents' example put me off. And I said, I will never, ever get married.
Mm.
Apart from that, there is something that just comes back to mind now. So when I was about, don't know, 10, 12 years old, I remember making this statement at home. We were in the kitchen with mom, all the girls, and saying, oh, when I grow old, I'm going to do this, oh, I'm going to do that,
Yeah.
I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. And I remember me making this statement, very clear statement, saying, I will never get married and I will never leave this house. I'm going to stay with you, Mom. I was a child anyway.
Yes.
So I didn't want to leave home. I wanted to stay there. So I came here to London and I met my husband.
Oh.
Now, before I came here, I had relationships in Italy
Mm.
and none of them worked.
Mm.
It just didn't work.
Mm.
It just didn't work. Then we were so, we met just for
Yes.
nothing else.
Children.
It didn't work out.
Yes.
I came here, met my husband. I mean, that was a blessing, the best blessing I had in my life.
Mm.
And we still, after 25 years, it feels like we met yesterday.
Oh, that's good. That's nice to
The
hear.
best thing that ever happened in my life. But going back to my statement, when I went back to Italy 3, 4 years ago, and my sister Vanessa insisted to go to this priest, what's his name? They call him charismatic priest, basically
Mm.
psychic priest. And he said to me, when he saw me, I had a migraines, devastating migraine for 44 years.
Yes.
So this guy said, how did you cope with these headaches? And he said, you had this curse put on you, not only, so basically to wrap your head, to remain confused, not to achieve anything, never to get married, and never to have children. That was put on me at the age of 11.
11. Oh, God. Yeah.
That's why I made that statement when I said, I will never get married, I will
Yeah.
never go, I will never leave the house because Mama needed slaves.
Yes. They all do. Mhm.
And for some reason, as I said, in my 20, because, she bought us this business, so we would be slaves and working for her. And, we would never leave home. And, she would dictate our lives throughout until we died because she
Yes.
planned to kill all of us anyway,
Yes.
as she's doing. She killed two brothers and she was planning to kill us. But as I said, we are protected. We are
Yes.
three of us. We are very highly protected because she tried to kill us many times. So how, we'll explain another time.
Later.
So yeah, I left and my life has been great to some extent because my husband, I met my soulmate. Um,
I
then,
think she doesn't like that. If she ever gets to see this podcast, it will not be to her liking at all.
oh no, 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 she wouldn't, no, she wouldn't like that. Of course not.
I think it's the most painful day of her life, hearing that her children are truly happy.
Yeah.
For
But I think she knows anyway. I think she knows. Which I'm very glad.
she must
I mean,
be,
we don't talk since my brother passed 16 years ago.
she is
We don't
reprimanding,
talk
I
since
think.
then.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a
She
long time.
killed him.
Yeah.
She killed him. So that's it. We don't talk since then.
Mm.
And then there is Serena. Serena is she had a life of sickness. She tried to kill her so many times. Um, yeah, she's with me not with me. She's in London as well.
Mm-hmm.
But again, no children. because again, she had to be by herself, no relationships, just to
Yes.
be a slave for mom, but didn't happen because we just left. And then there is the last one, Anita.
Mm.
She is the fifth girl, and she is as demonic as mom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got programmed
Um,
very well then.
yeah. She got married with this solicitor.
Yes.
I'm sure using black magic because he was an only child. He was beyond well off. He had
Mm.
the properties. He had a studio. He was running. Was a solicitor, well respected, loads of money. She married this guy just for money. He's dead now anyway. He was very old, older than him, much older than him. She
Oh,
killed him anyway.
okay. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then there was Giulio. Giulio was the last child, a boy. Um, well, this boy's been sick when he was a boy. Then he had a girlfriend. They were living together. He had a house. Mama didn't like the girlfriend. She was pregnant. She took her to have an abortion. She would have not have, I don't know, she doesn't like children. But I
Yeah.
think I think every time was a sacrifice.
She likes abortions. It's just one after the other.
Yeah, she had many abortions herself. I think they were all ritual sacrifices.
Okay. How many did she have herself?
I don't know. I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
We were children. I
Yes.
remember now and again what used to happen in the house was I said we were in the countryside. We had a big house,
Mm.
and now and again we would have a babysitter. What? A babysitter? Countryside, we were running outside, we had space,
Yeah.
everything. So here there was a babysitter. Why we had the babysitter? Because had to keep all of us like in the kitchen and busy doing something, so we couldn't go running around downstairs, upstairs, in the bedroom, outside. One day I went upstairs in my bedroom, and there was something strange. I knew there was something strange because there were these people coming through. Dad would take these people to the bedroom, and everything would be quiet for hours when we were
Yeah.
entertained by this babysitter
Yeah.
downstairs. So I said I had to go to the toilet. I went and I hid myself in my bedroom, and I was looking through the keyhole. And you can hear talking, And I said, "What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on?" And then I see the door is opening, and I was looking through the keyhole like this.
Yeah.
I said, "What the hell is going on?" And I see this doctor with the white, how do you call
Yes. This white coat.
the white coat, with towels full of blood.
Oh. An abortion at
So,
home.
eh?
An
Yeah, at home, yeah.
abortion at home.
Yeah, they
Okay.
were done whole at home. At home.
And did that happen frequently?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So very dark, very dark. I mean, and as I said, as a child, you don't realize all these things.
Mm.
Going back to Serena, for example, she tried to kill us so many times. So when I left for London, she left, she went to Paris.
Mm.
And,
Together with
we said,
together with the man, the solicitor.
no, that
Oh,
is
Serena.
Anita. the
Ah, yeah,
younger one.
Serena is the girl who was sick always. Yes,
Serena
yeah.
is next to me,
Yes.
soon after me. And we left together, and I said, we didn't know because we had to go,
Mm,
leave,
mm.
go. Because if we stayed in Italy, it's easy to go home, go on the train. Because then, yes, mum used to call her, oh, come home, come home. Then when we went home, it was hell. But she would
Yeah.
play always nice, come home, so she would take more blood from us.
Mm.
So she goes to Paris. I come here, and I get kind of sick. Um, okay, you say stress is whatever. She goes to Paris and she's in hospital after 6 months. I don't know. She's in hospital. So I go back to Italy one holiday. I had a week or 2 weeks holiday. Go back to Italy. As soon I land, I'm sick. I'm sick and I finish in hospital. Heavy bronchitis. That evening or the day after, I went to see a specialist, private doctor,
Mm.
and he said to me, "What's your plan for tonight?" And I said, "Oh, I just arrived from London. I had to meet all my friends. We go out for a pizza." And he said, he picked the phone and he called his hospital ward, and he said, "I have a patient that comes this evening. She needs drips, blah, blah, blah." And I was, what? I said, "You're going to destroy my holiday." And I said, "No, you don't understand. You had to go to hospital. A severe chest infection, whatever." He sent
Mm.
me to hospital. While I was there, my sister, she was in hospital in Paris. And I was telling mom, "Mom, go and get Serena. She's going to die. Hepatitis C. She's going to die." "I can't go." "How?" "I cannot. I cannot go. I can't." So, and I said, "Mum, I'll pay for the ticket." Well, of course, she didn't need the money. And I said, "Please go and get Serena." She didn't go.
Oh.
She comes back by train. I was still in hospital. She comes back. Me and Giulio, I called Giulio and I said, "You have to come and pick me up." We had to go and pick up Serena from the station because she needs to go immediately to hospital. So Giulio comes. I leave hospital without saying anything to anybody. Just sick. I leave the hospital, go to the station. Go to the station. We go and pick up Serena and we drove her to another hospital.
Oh.
As soon as she arrives, she is with two drips for like 40 days. And she had all blood tests run and everything. They couldn't find anything. There was nothing. Yeah, that's black magic
Yeah.
to, And do you know how many of these stories, now I don't remember all of them. Do you know how many of these stories happen after, sick, almost dying, and there is no evidence.
Yes. It's,
I'm so sick, I have these severe migraines killing me. I saw the best specialist. I, I, I went to all these specialists here and there and everywhere. There was nothing. There's nothing wrong with you.
yeah.
One last thing. When we decided to go back to Italy, 2022,
Mm.
I believe, I was with migraine. I was tired because that was, after 16 years in the Middle East, I just, the weather there is atrocious. And I said, "Okay, no, we're going to go to Italy. We're going to stay there and enjoy just, kind of retirement." The very day I landed, We went home. We're renting this home. I woke up in the morning. I don't think it was on the middle of the night. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. Asthma. Not only asthma. Then at night I had a sharp pain inside my joint here, like having being stabbed with a long needle. The pain was excruciating. I developed asthma. I had to go around with the inhaler.
Yeah.
And rheumatoid arthritis. This is another thing we've been affected by what mom used to do on us. Giulio had rheumatoid arthritis and was dying. My sister, Serena, rheumatoid arthritis. And I got rheumatoid arthritis since I tried to go back home to Italy. And the funny thing is, started going to specialist, spending money for the specialist, X-ray, blood test, everything. There's nothing.
It's very subtle. It is like you have all the symptoms, but then there's nothing.
Nothing.
Crazy. Yeah, but that's why.
So for the people who don't believe, they think you cuckoo. The only thing I say, I wish to no one to experience black magic. I wish to no one. Because like me, you can go on for 40 years, 50 years, never realizing.
At some point, for me, having readers do my tarot cards now and then, there came something out of it too, that some person in the family, I don't know who, I think it's from my father's side, imposed things on me.
Yes. Oh yes, I'll tell you one thing. When I was very young, I was 20 or around 20 years old. I come from this religious family. We were indoctrinated, but I never believed anything. Just, I don't know, mentally, I always refused. There was no God, because if there was a God, we wouldn't allow that disgraceful activity and behavior in my family. So for that reason, for me, there was no God. I never believed anything. And you do not talk to me about a psychic or tarot reader, all this bullshit.
Yeah.
But in my 20s, I don't know what happened with my friend. She had to go to this psychic, and I was there. And I was so intrigued. And I said, okay, let me see if she has to say anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And back then she said, you have a bad spell on you. It's like a death spell on you. And you have to remove this because you will not have a good life. Then and there, oh my God. And I said, what? And I said, what's going to happen to me? I said, well, what's going to happen? You're going to die. And I said, oh my God, how are we going to remove this? And she said, well, we're talking about, oh God, 35 years ago at least.
Okay.
And she asked me back then like 15,000 euros. Yeah.
That's a lot of money back then.
I said, I can buy a house. And I said, she's taking the piss. And I said, she's a bullshitter. And I put in my mind, she is a bullshitter. This is the way they make money. Now, yes, I don't think that is a fair way to do that job, because at 20 years old, you're shameless. You know there is a problem. I didn't believe there was a problem. But, to ask that kind of money is just...
Yeah.
And I said, she is, of course, a scamster. She scam people to become rich.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not... And I said, you know what? I don't need that crap. stay away and never believe anything until a few years ago when everything came together, collapsed. I mean, it took me to put all the puzzle together a long year digesting and connecting the dots with my childhood to now. And then you say, okay, now that makes sense.
Yes.
There is black magic. There are evil people within the family. Especially the worst one are the one within the family.
Yes.
And,
Yes,
your
because
own mom.
those dark magic people, they operate the fog trust. The more they work with people who you usually trust, with doctors, with lawyers, with all these kinds of people, with pastors and stuff. I'm not saying they're all bad or they're all working with the dark side, but those dark side people use people in power to, yeah, to blind
Oh,
you,
yes.
totally blind
Oh,
you.
yes.
But
And they know
yeah,
exactly what they're doing. There is lots of money there.
oh yes,
You serve the dark side. Mom always serves the dark side. And we're talking about, you want to become rich, you want to make money, no problem.
that's no problem.
Sacrifice something, no problem. No
Yeah, yeah,
problem. You know?
I know.
And they always, they think, they're running. My mom had such a successful life.
Yes.
She never gave us anything. But anyway, that is for another chapter. I think, yes, we should wrap up now. I said a lot today. So, for that reason, I wrote my books
Yes.
as an instrument of healing.
Yes.
Now, there are many methods of healing. As we always said, what works for me doesn't work for you.
That's true.
For me, healing, this was writing has been an instrument of healing, and
Yeah, for
we
me too.
both wrote our books.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone wants to know the details, the books are on Amazon. Anik, do you want to
Yes.
talk about your book?
Yes, I wrote this book also as a form of healing. In fact, it was in my mind for like 15 years ago. But then I had the bad self-talk and the limiting beliefs, which I didn't know exist, which I know now. So which resulted in, hey, I can change that. Because in my own mind, I was not able to write. I was a nobody. I was not useless, but not so good. So, and I put it aside. It was there, but I put it aside. And then, anyway, the universe provided me with the right people at the right time. So, divine timing, I call that. And protection, because I'm heavily protected, I know. And I knew instantly when I saw that ad, it was crazy. I was like, ooh. First, I'm gonna see if it's not a scam, because there's a lot of scammers. And I saw this, I checked it for a few days, and then I was in. And since I've started this project, this start over project, my life is growing. I'm not saying fast paced growing, but growing. Seriously growing, and I'm thrilled. As we've heard today, childhood may shape us, but it does not have to define us. 8 children grew up under the same roof, yet each followed a different path, faced different challenges, and found their own way through life. Whatever your story, we hope this conversation reminds you that healing is possible in some way, shape, or form, like you said. It's different for everyone. You just have to search for it, and then you will find it at one point. Growth is possible. and your past does not have to determine your future. As we know, we had a shitty past, but we're fighters. So, thank you.
All the way.
Yes, thank you for joining us on Unfiltered and Raw, the podcast where we drop the masks, get real, and talk about the things that matter. No filters, no shame, just honest conversations about life's challenges, the choices we make, and how those choices shape who we become. So, Liliana, until next time, and the audience, take care of yourself and
E acqui detesto pila peccando, non sono pena satrius, est statutas pro meritus sum.